Hi everyone. Hope you all are doing good, and today I just wanted to discuss few things with you and also wanted to give out few writing tips because as a novelist and as a short story writer and also a poet, and I have now many books to my credit, published books of course, and some of them are like my solo collection. First one is collection of short stories Demigods Are Alive, and now the novel The Red Ganges Rakta Ganga. This is my debut novel, and then I have three poetry books to my credit, and also one I'm right now compiling and might release it next year because I want some more poems in it. But before that, I've actually started creating some of the video poetry blog, and I was reciting some of my poems through my YouTube channel. So if you want to listen out to some of my poems, you can also subscribe to this channel and check out the previous videos. And these days I'm also doing interviews of authors and poets through my talk show. That is a Facebook page, and I call it, and I've named it, Mona Lisa's Talk Show. And this page is all about interviewing self-published and indie authors. Well, I'm open to traditional authors as well, but I really want to support and promote the self-published and indie authors more because they are the one who really do not get that kind of reach or limelight. Although I don't promise that I would be making you reach to a wider audience, but of course a little bit of help if I can do from my side. And also, you never know which video goes viral and suddenly you become a sensation through my talk show, and I'll be happy to be making you reach somewhere. And that's why I've started this journey of interviewing authors and poets, and also because I have taken a slight break from my publishing house and I'm these days publishing less books, or you can say right now I'm focusing more on the other part of my journey, growing more as a writer, an author and a novelist. And this is my debut novel that released last year in Christmas. Now let's talk about the writing tip I wanted to give out to you today. Well, basically I want to talk about emotions. How do we write emotions of the characters when we are writing or creating a character? I feel throughout my journey what I have learned, and I would be honest, I haven't taken any creative course or any kind of writing course. I've learned through practice only, and I've also learned through reading a lot of books, and also interviewing authors and poets also give me a great insight of how they also perceive. So from my point of view, I would say that it is often seen that when male writers, they write about women characters, we've become very surprised and we ask them this question, that how did you write from the frame of mind or from the point of view of a woman character or women characters? And it is often seen that this is taken as a big surprise. However, when it comes to women, they are kind of like, they write about both the genders in a much, quite I would say, from the proper frame of mind. They are actually able to write about both the characters. I don't know why, but is it the observation of women more of the outside world or the people around them, that women tend to write about the male characters in a better, more precise way? I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to create any kind of ambiguity here. I understand that it's quite difficult for a man to write from the perspective of a woman, and they are doing amazing. So many men writers have written about the women characters, but it often remains a question, like women also, when they are writing, they female authors, they have also been asked this question often, that how do you get into the shoes of what a man is thinking, and also from the age point of view. So I think it works both ways in both the gender cases, like for the male authors and for the female authors as well, that what we observe around us, people, and like women observe men, and they tend to absorb their characters, their behavioral patterns, and then when they are writing a novel, they incorporate those emotions, those values. And somewhere it is like a given quality, maybe, or it develops over time. When you are writing, you suddenly actually get into the character's frame of mind. You actually get into the soul of the character, and that is how I think a good writing comes out from. And you are able to think from the point of view of the female character or the male character. I'm really sorry about the sound that is coming right now. There's a construction work going on the flat above me, just so a bit of disturbance. I'm really sorry, but really I just wanted to make this video because I really did not want these thoughts to just pass quickly. They pass away from my mind, and then I would forget that what I was thinking throughout the morning, and I wanted to share with you. So I'm sorry for the sound disturbances, but please bear with me, and do not leave the video in the midway. Just watch it till the end, because I think what I feel as a novelist and as a short story writer, I'm just paving my way yet. I'm not someone who is like a huge like someone who has a great readership base or fan base, but I'm still making my way. But few of the reviews or some of the people who have read my book, they have actually enjoyed it, and some of them actually suggested that this could be a huge motion picture, a live action movie. But I am not sure yet. I haven't tried for that yet, but maybe when I'm ready with the second part, because this is the first book in the duology, of course, and I've already revealed it in social media that this book actually took me 10 long years, because I've been doing a lot of work into publishing, into doing some other things, and I was also designing all the books that have come out from my publishing house. You can check out on my website. They're all there. The books are there. You can just go and find out and pick any of the book you want to read, and also support me as a woman entrepreneur and a publisher. So mine is a contemporary publishing house. We do things differently. We do not, run the race of the mainstream publishers, or we are not into the world of commercial publishing. So it's quite different. The journey is different. And so far we have done, most of the books are like anthologies, and so many multiple poets and writers have written for them. And now coming to the point, what I feel as a writer, when I was writing from the point of view of Sujit, who's the male protagonist or the main character of the story, also the hero, and I was thinking from the frame of mind of a man who would what would he do in a given situation, how would he react, thinking that a man has this certain feeling of expressing themselves less, and they have this kind of this thing we call as ego, male ego. So it has to be there, and they're less expressive, and their love is also shown in a different way. And we observe these things from the people around us, from our fathers, from our husband, like our brothers. We see that this kind of qualities they tend to have. The male are less expressive as it is seen. So maybe during from the time of our growing up years, and this observation somewhere happens subconsciously. And now, since we have now I have turned into a writer, and many of the writers I hope would agree out there, we observe things subconsciously, and then when we are writing, these things come into the forefront, and then we are able to write. So main thing what I feel, when we have to develop characters and think from the frame of mind of a man, we actually have to go inside those characters, get into the soul of those characters, and cry with them, laugh with them. You have to cry tears with them when you are actually feeling that if something bad has happened, maybe how would a man react, because he's less expressive. We have to keep this thing in mind. Some people are some male people are like, they are, some men are expressive, and that's a very good thing about them, but it is mostly seen they are less expressive, and they contemplate a lot, but they speak less. So we have to keep that in mind. And now, since I'm creating a hero who is also romancing the heroine, so I wanted to be I wanted to make this thing absolutely amazing. When somebody reads, he or she should feel that this is actually happening. The images should form in front of them. The writing should be such. I don't say that you have to write in a very difficult way, the metaphorical or the allegorical kind of writing that goes, deep, and you have to take so many dictionaries and things like that for reading. Go with simple sentences, simple language, that works fine. You just have to create your story in a very different manner, authentic manner, that that this hasn't been written yet. Or maybe if it is written, you still have to create some sort of niche out of it, and you create a new different story. And also for the female characters, I think that comes easy. Being a woman, we can easily portray the characters of women, because it is always believed that they are more expressive, they are more kind, they are more compassionate. So when it comes to expressing women heroines or female characters, like they are always, my characters are always like that. They are expressive, they have flaws, they have their regret with them, they have their guilt with them, yet they are coping with the situations, things like that. So this is, since a thriller contemporary classic, there are many elements in this book. And go ahead and pick it from Amazon. You get a signed copy from Amazon itself, because I'm the publisher, so you get a signed copy, and that is a plus point of being a publisher, that I can send out books, signing them and sending them to my readers. It's a good feeling. And I'm a publisher, so if you want to connect with me, go to the website and you can find out the details. And if you're a poet, there's a Women Poet of the Year award going on, where you can submit and you can get published traditionally. And the guidelines are also on the website. Please go ahead, find them, and I would be happy to read your work. My team would be happy to read your work. We are a team of editors. We all are doing contemporary work, we are doing authentic work. So now coming back again to the point, how to write deeper emotions. Well, you have to feel them inside of you. That's what my experience is, that's how I go about it. You have to feel it deep inside, and you have to cry with them, you have to laugh with the characters. You actually have to go to the story, mentally or through your imagination, and then come out with all those words that the character told you. And you become the creator here, more like a god. And I often, whenever I read the novel, I find sometimes the narrator speaking through the narrative, and it sometimes gives that feeling that the creator or the god is speaking himself or herself, because you get that sense that the author is already traveling with you through the book. So that also happens in my novel, but somewhere I have tried to create less of my intervention into the novel, rather than characters playing themselves, the characters living their life, the characters going through all the tragedy, all the trauma, all the joy, all the happiness, the romance, everything. I've tried less part of it as a narrator, but still somewhere it comes, because you have to do that. And I hope a bit of this tip helps, that just a simple tip, that just feel the emotions through the perspective or through the frame of mind of the character you're creating. I think you'll be able to write more of it. But it's always believed that none of the fiction actually is fiction, because always the writer's or author's soul or the feeling or the emotion comes out in the forefront, and it works really wonder, because we are all human, and that's how human emotions try to come out through our words. So this is again a fiction book, and I hope you will try to know what the Red Ganges is all about, why I have titled it The Red Ganges Rakta Ganga. The sequel I'm going to write from next year onward, because this year I'm just relaxing, I'm just trying to promote this book, and I'm enjoying the process. And I'm compiling some of my poems for my poetry collection, and now I will just quickly read out a part where I feel that you will get to know a little more about Sujit. Sujit Chattopadhyay is the male protagonist, and let's read this part. This is I guess this is the first chapter, which is Homeland. Sujit understood that a lot had changed in the past 10 years, and he was now anxious to see all the many changes that had taken place in his small town. and also in his home, the Rani Bari. It was approximately 30 kilometers, about an hour and a half drive from Damdam airport to Nawabganj, but it seemed like another 24 hours to Sujit. Extremely eager and wanting to reach home as quickly and meet his little sister and all the staff people who had taken good care of them both, he kept checking his watch again and again. In the midst of all these thoughts going on in his mind, he was also enjoying the view of his city and felt content for being back in his homeland forever now. Watching curiously outside the window, he also raised some conversation with the chauffeur. "What's your name? How long have you been working here?" So this is a bit of Sujit's character I have reflected, and also there are so many dialogues that are happening between the two main protagonists, male and female, Sujit and Moina. They are the main characters, and the romance between them is really amazing, because whenever I read it I feel like, oh wow, this is so amazing. The love and the romance, it gives that kind of awesome element to my mind. So I hope you will also enjoy. But there's a twist that happens, and some tragedy also strikes into the novel, and then there's a mystery element that happens in the end. And what exactly is the Red Ganges? For that, you know what you have to do. You just have to pick this book from Amazon, and maybe you can also pick it from the website, and also read it, review it, and do let me know how you like it. And yeah, you will have to wait for the sequel because it will take time. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I'm just lazing around this whole year. So next year, and I'm not a very fast-paced writer, I'm a slow writer, so that will take time. So till then, let's keep the first story brewing inside your mind, so that you don't forget. Whenever I'm back with the second part or the second book, you can again go back to the first part and enjoy reading it. And I hope you will give me the time. So bye all, take care, have a great time and week. Enjoy yourself the most. And if you want anything like any creative writing tip, you can always connect with me through editorialmagazinecc@gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you. I would be happy to help you. Yeah. Okay, bye. Take care.